Welcome to our Saturday Q&A with Emmanuel. Thank you to all of you who are joining us across the globe. Folks from all parts of the world are tuning in today. I see Singapore, all parts of Europe, South Africa, Canada, and the US, just to name a few. So nice to see you all. We've got people logged into Facebook, Crowdcast, and YouTube. Welcome. For those who are new, my name is Crystal. I'm with Ascension One Collective, the foundation that supports the work of the channel. I'm here today to ask all your questions. Last we came together, we explored collective transformation in an energetic transmission with the Elohim. This week, we will continue to explore this topic with the guide Emmanuel. We will have the opportunity to ask questions of this celestial being. We've created a two-part session to give you some time to receive the energetic transmission from the week before, integrate it, and allow for topic-based questions to emerge over the week. So we look forward to answering these questions for you today. If you'd like to ask a question, feel free to type it into the Questions tab at the bottom of the screen in Crowdcast. The production team will choose a few questions to ask the channel from this list. Before you ask the question, ask yourself, what's the best way to ask this question that would serve this group? We found that Emmanuel's answers are typically phrased in a way that serves the greater good. So if you're looking for a personal answer, that answer may not align with your expectation. The energy field pulls us into an interesting collective state. So you may find that if you have a question in your mind, you receive the answer in someone else's questions, or silently inside yourself. For those who are new, I will explain the process that a seal goes through to open the connection that we refer to as the channel. This is a connection to both powerful energy and wisdom that during the sessions he will embody and bring through. The process for a seal to get into trance includes spontaneous movements of his body and hands, sometimes shaking of his body, fast breathing, and as the energy level rises, sometimes his eyes will roll upwards. It may not seem it, but this is all normal. His everyday human consciousness is still available to him while he's channeling, and he can stop the embodiment at any time. Once the energy field is established, Emmanuel will come through to deliver a wisdom transmission. Then I will ask your questions. As the session ends, we'll sit together in silence as a seal comes back into this state of awareness. For people who can support the work, it not only supports a seal, but it supports the whole production team. Many of you supported the last session and have already supported this one. It's truly appreciated, and it really helps us keep this work accessible. We have links to your support options in the chats. Enjoy the session. I'll see you back here upon your return.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hello, everyone from all around the world. Welcome, humans and those that are in human form this time. It's good to have all of you here. While we gather at these transmissions to receive and to listen to these celestial messages and these answers, there is something greater that happens. There is an energetic field that's created, that is established by all of us that come together. And some of you may notice that you're going into a trance-like state. Some of you may notice that you are in a meditative state, where all the answers and the questions are interesting, but more importantly, you're in a deep state of presence. This energetic field that we establish together, the frequency that we hold together, is like a stone that is dropped in a quiet lake. It sends out a ripple effect across all of humanity's consciousness. A high frequency infusion, an influx of pure and loving energy. And that's created with all of our energies combined. So we're doing a lot more than listening to questions and answers as we are coming together, as we are establishing this field, and as we send our intentions out into the world. The answers play a greater role than stimulating our minds. Let the answers really impact your heart. Let the answers really impact all of the cells of your body. Because more than our mind, our body and our hearts believe and hold beliefs, hold constructs of conditioning within us. And these constructs can be dismantled and restructured with the messages that come through, as the messages that come through have a certain energy to them, an energy signature. And so I always say, the answers that you hear are about 10% of the transmission that is delivered, while 90% of it is truly energy. The energy that is embedded in the answer, that is embedded in the words, that is embedded into the silence that is between the words. So it's always good to remember that. Collective transformation, it's kind of a big deal. Humanity is undergoing a critical and important phase of its existence. And we are part of humanity. In some ways, as humanity is going through it, we are going through it individually. And boy, some of these learnings can be intense. Some of them can be beautiful and powerful. And the one thing I notice is that it is becoming faster, quicker. There is an acceleration occurring. So one day could be in bliss, the next day could be in challenge, challenging emotions, challenging circumstances that also can move through within a day or less. As the realizations come up for us, the emotions subside. It's almost like many completions that have been wanting to be done are now happening for you and for all of humanity. It helps if we go through this with an open heart and an open mind and with conscious awareness. It helps if we go through this with intention. It makes things a little bit easier, a little bit smoother, a little bit more graceful. So, thank you for doing this work. Thank you for doing your work. Thank you for going through life with an open mind and open heart and continuing to evolve day by day, step by step. And I hope this session will serve as an important step on your journey. Thank you for being here. Greetings. My name is Emmanuel. Humanity's evolutionary stage that is currently reached is the culmination of many iterations of humanity. As consciousness is seeded and as consciousness evolves, there is no guarantee how and if it will mature to its next intended state of existence. Many phases of existence can lead to self-destruction, can lead to a dead end, and the completion of that iteration. Humanity has found itself before in the premature completion of a specific iteration. This current iteration of humanity has reached a maturity, the ripening, that justifies the interventions that are provided by us as well as by other forms of consciousness. These interventions, though, must be delivered in a way that does not interfere with the natural expansion of humanity's consciousness, as only then it can be guaranteed that humanity evolved by its own doing, by its own organic expansion. The interventions are specific to supporting you as a representative of humanity, supporting you to become vessels to receive and transmit, supporting you to become vessels of the divine, present, expanding on your own journeys of self-realization, expanding into a deeper understanding of existence beyond the comprehension of the mind, the acceptance and allowance of the heart, witnessing existence from a place of deep presence. All of humanity is on the path of self-realization, as every individual will be supported in an accelerated momentum in this quickening of realizations. You will witness as energies, as emotions, as thoughts, as patterns and behaviors move through you. One more time to complete a cycle, to bring forth important realizations. In order for the expansion of your consciousness to occur, a result of a completing cycle, a result of deepening your presence, a result of becoming your highest potential in human form. And these blueprints of your existence, these blueprints of who you are being activated beyond your understanding of your mind, beyond your understanding of your heart, and of your body. The blueprints to follow through the entire journey of self-realization were embedded within the human form since its first iteration, waiting to be activated, waiting for human consciousness to be ready to access these blueprints. And as these parts within you are activating, you will understand the true power of your nature, the true beauty of your existence, and the true potential of your being. All that you are becomes present to you. All potential that you carry becomes accessible to you in this very moment. These blueprints, these templates of your innate being are being activated with every step that you take towards this self-realization, towards a deeper understanding of yourself, towards a deeper desire to evolve. Every relationship, every thought and every emotion, every moment of contemplation and reflection provides towards this self-realization journey. And here you are, receiving the benefits of the power of your existence, receiving the benefits of the self-realization journey. The collective transformational aspect of humanity is a key element in this final stage of humanity's existence, the ascension process. The ascension process will require the completion of many cycles that have been started, many learnings that still require to occur, generational learnings, learnings as a collective, learnings as a human race. And while it is unfathomable for a single individual human being to carry all of these complex learnings, these learnings occur in moments like these, congregations of humans like yourselves coming together to receive, opening yourselves up, attuning yourselves to each other on the same frequency that is held, on the same level of presence that is held. And in this field of possibility, human consciousness as a collective evolves. While seemingly in a moment of silence, nothing is occurring, the value of which that is occurring is greater than your imagination can hold. While in this moment of alignment, in this moment of synchronization, seemingly only presence is achieved. This presence carries tremendous value for the completion of cycles, for the learnings and realizations to occur. You are a key of this collective transformation. Always know and understand the intrinsic value that you hold. Even if your mind and your perception conveys a different message to you, your intrinsic value to the collective transformation of humanity is greater than you can fully comprehend. And you were placed into this human experience by your own choosing and request. And you were placed into this human experience as a gift to evolve as an individualized soul container and to support humanity in its evolution as a collective. And your placement into this human experience was known to impact all of humanity. Observe in the ways that you have become the judge of your actions. While you never will be the judge, while your value systems of your mind, of your society, can never hold the totality of your existence, the value that you provide to humanity, the value that you provide to all of creation. With the changing times, it will be required of you to find more concentrated moments of focus, of release, of contemplation, and of congregation. And you will find that your individualized journey will be supported in these congregations. Of these intentional times established to allow evolution to occur through you and with you. And as a result, you will see the benefits immediately affecting your life, your relationships, and the reality in which you operate. All that you perceive, all that you feel, in all the ways that you love, in all the ways that you support and are supported, will be transformed as a result of walking this path with intention and with awareness. Thank you for listening to my words. I will now answer some of your questions.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Susan asks, "Hello, Emmanuel. Could you please expand upon what changes we might experience in our physical body as we hold more energy? Thank you."
Increased levels of life force, increased levels of energy within your system have an impact of many-fold. First and foremost, increased energy will provide for increased resources and fuel for the functions and the operations of this physical form. As the physical form, as your vessel, improves in its alignment, in its self-healing qualities, in its resistance to aging, in its reversal to aging, your inner alignment will provide a new foundation for your presence, a new sense of confidence and trust in this life and the flow of this increased energy through you. These increased levels of energy will provide additional benefits, an expansion of your heart, an increased capacity to receive all of those around you and to receive all of you, an increased capacity to receive all of humanity. Only when the inner templates of being resourced are activated fully can you truly receive all of humanity as it is. Can you truly become the eternal observer of your life and of human existence? You will start to understand with these increased levels of energy that you are an eternal being, that you are consistently supported and resourced, no matter the current circumstance of your existence and the current circumstance of humanity. Your sense of trust and surrender will gain new heights. The expansion of your consciousness, the opening of your mind and perception to all that is, also fueled by the increased levels of energy within your system. The templates aforementioned will start to activate as the levels increase, and additional gifts will start to emerge, embedded in the energy centers of your being. These energy centers require significant amounts of energy to truly come to their full potential and their full activation. At times, and especially in the beginning, these increased levels of energy, as well as the opening and the activation of specific templates within your energy centers, may feel unfamiliar, unusual, potentially overwhelming. Yet is an aspect that you will get used to, that you will embrace as part of you, as part of being human, as part of being on this accelerated pathway of evolution. Understanding that this has always been within you, dormant, inactive, waiting for the right time to resurface, to support your and humanity's evolution. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Catherine asks, for those who have chosen to be in service to the collective as conduits to flow the love of creation, is it sufficient to ask the higher self of the other for permission to send this energy to them? And is the sense that the energy is flowing validation of this permission? Is this process in integrity?
As you start to receive increased levels of energy, you will have a choice to share this energy and the flow of this love of creation with those around you. Humanity's conscious awareness is establishing itself over time, and at the current state, very few truly understand the importance of this transformational process. Very few hold the levels of sensitivity and increased frequencies to receive, to experience the impact that it truly carries for the individual. Therefore, some of those that you share, your desire and your request for support, may not fully understand. Yet, despite their mental understanding, they will sense the purity of the intention. They will sense your desire to support them. They will sense the kindness of your heart, the kindness that is beyond a personal desire of yours. This is the preferred method of receiving permission, as this method will allow the other to come to a greater awareness and to greater consciousness of what is possible through the human vessel. Some individuals will not be available for conscious communication. Some individuals will be in maturing stages as young ones. Some individuals will be out of the possibilities of communication. For those that are not accessible, you may choose to request an answer from the energy that is being provided to you, as the energy that moves through you carries its own intelligence. You may choose to request, is this the appropriate moment to share this energy with this individual for their benefit of evolution? And it will be a clear yes or a clear no. And as the energy starts to move through you, you will feel and you will trust that this energy will impact the individual that has requested or is receiving in its most profound and perfect way. As gentle or as strong as required. aligned with the ability of the individual to receive appropriately. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Denise asks, how can we facilitate accelerated transformation and collective realizations using the power of organized group meditation across time and space?
First and foremost, the individuals that are initiating these gatherings must find their own internal alignment, their ability to find depth, clarity, and purity within themselves. These individuals will be holding and bringing these groups together to align all of those that have congregated to the same frequency to be held, so that the field that is generated by all individuals is synchronized, is attuned to the same frequency, so that the power of realization can occur within this entire group together. The emotional, mental, as well as the energetic processing power of every single individual becomes part of this field of transformation. As you, as an individual, initiating these congregations, you will understand that those that are ready will start to join, will start to be attracted, to be called forth to these congregations. And some individuals will provide great presence. Some individuals will be challenged through these exercises. Yet all individuals carry the potential to provide, to support, and to transform together, as well as on behalf of humanity. First and foremost, find your own alignment, find your own strength, find your own capacity. Second, allow the intention of congregations to emerge within you and within your communities and within your society. Allow for all of those that are curious, interested, and aligned to come forth to you. With the right amount of individuals that are aligned and synchronized, the entire group of a congregation can be held in this same synchronous field. If individuals of different lineages hold different frequencies strongly, the field will have competing frequencies. Align yourselves with the strongest members of this congregation first, before the entire group can be held. You will see the depth that is possible that can be achieved within these group meditations and congregations will increase over time, and practice will allow a greater and deeper surrender, a greater realization to emerge, And as these realizations emerge, waves of transformation will move through the field of all of humanity, impacting all of humanity. Thank you for your service. What else can I answer for you?
Thank you, Emmanuel. Jeff asks, can you discuss the letting go of identity and the ego construct in order to serve as a divine vessel of the highest capacity? How can we further allow, through presence, the emergence of this great light and highest perspective?
In moments of great awareness, in moments of great silence, like these, the ego construct is subdued. Space and time recognition is subdued. Inner desires and wants, the needs of the body are subdued. In this great presence, all that you require, all that you are, is provided to you. All that you could possibly need is available to you. The ego construct will continue to exist until the end of your life. And in your various states of being and states of operation of this human form, the ego construct will play an important role. As the identity that you hold is the way others will relate to you, and most often the way you relate to yourself. Yet in these moments of silence, relating to yourself is expanded. Relating to others and others relating to you is expanded. Limitations disappear. Identification and separation disappears. And all the constructs established by humanity, by society, disappear. And you become closer as one of the same. You become available to receive and to transmit. You become available to share and to receive. The dissolution of the ego construct, as well as the perception of identity, will dissolve as you find yourself in these deep contemplations as well as in these congregations. And all that you are becomes available to you beyond the single identity that you hold, beyond the limited needs that are displayed by the ego construct, by the mind or by the heart, by the physical form. A natural sense of being held, a natural sense of being supported and being loved emerges within you. And all needs are met. All that you are is embraced, and all perspectives are valid. This is the power that is within you, and this will allow for the greatest flow of energy and love in support of your evolution and in support of the evolution of others. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Melissa asks, when do we know we are ready and that our realizations and self-judgments have been resolved enough for us to be pillars of light? Will our lives evolve and open to this calling, or is there something we should be aware of to move forward?
You are ready by choice. As you define your readiness and your intention, all parts within yourself, your mind, your heart, your body, as well as your energetic spiritual construct, adjust the direction of your evolution. And you will witness within yourself the parts within you that resist, that do not trust, that worry, and that hold fear. All of your parts that are not in alignment with this direction will emerge to speak, and you will patiently listen to all of these parts. You will bring forth compassion to witness these parts, to embrace these parts, and eventually you will see that all parts within you will align to support you on your journey to becoming a pillar of light. The journey will have many steps and milestones to be achieved. A pillar of light is not forged overnight. Yet, with every step that you take, you find yourself in the right direction. With every step that you take, you find yourself supported and loved on this journey of service. The intention will start this journey. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Martin asks, in some relationships, I sometimes experience diminishing of my energy, presence, and alignment, or that of others. Keeping some distance in such relationship seems obvious, yet goes at the expense of growth and healing at the same time. How do we balance our distance, and could we improve our positive influence on humanity's ascension?
All circumstances, all individuals in your environment will have an influence on you until you have completed all the learnings within yourself, upon which all that is around you will have no influence on your existence, on your alignment, and on your well-being. Therefore, all that arises within you in the presence of challenging circumstances and challenging relationships carries tremendous and important and relevant learning for you. Otherwise, this reality would not occur for you. It is directly correlated to the innate desire of your soul to evolve, specifically in these aspects. The choice to face these challenges or to retreat is always yours and will not be judged. You will decide your readiness, your willingness, and your commitment. You will find many different approaches into your heart, to your mind, and to your ability to face the challenge at hand. You will embrace the challenge as an opportunity to growth, as an opportunity to growth, as an opportunity to evolve into a greater potential, into a greater love, most and foremost for yourself. And through that, for all that is. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Peter asks, from the wisdom you've shared, I've understood that the soul container after death will often be reborn in another body. If this is true, when people connect with or pray to their ancestors, with whom or what are they connecting?
The imprints of all of those that have ever existed continue to exist despite the fact that the soul containers that have lived these experiences are continuing in a new life. Therefore, the imprints of your past lives continue to exist and are accessible for those that you have had bonds and deep relationships with. The parts of you that have lived, the parts of you that will live in the future already exist as an imprint, accessible for all of those that are bonded to you, for all of those that have chosen combined and collective learning with you in that specific lifetime. Ancestors are such bonds. The communication, therefore, with your ancestors is the communication of the imprints their soul container has left, yet still continues to be connected to. You are communicating with parts of their being that is currently alive in a new form. You are communicating with the parts of the being that has left the imprints of their existence accessible to you and to themselves. This may seem complex for the human mind, yet, for the part of you that is accessing this truth, this information, and this bond established, it is a natural undertaking. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Sarah asks, could you define ascension at the individual and collective level? We use the word a lot with several meanings. I'm hoping to understand the meaning of ascension as the channel uses it. Thank you.
The ascension itself is the completion of this material plane of existence for humanity. The ascension process are the processes and the mechanisms that are initiated to get humanity through the ascension. The new plane of existence of non-material kind for humanity will provide for all that humanity will need to evolve as a non-material existence. Evolution and growth will occur in different ways. Relationships will occur differently. A sense of unity will emerge. Ascension, therefore, is an aspect of the human consciousness container that was embedded and prepared to come to be. Every learning, every aspect, every cycle, every generation, and every lineage was evolving to provide humanity the maturity to come to ascension. And this current period of time is considered the ascension process of humanity that is initiated at this point. All of humanity will undergo significant evolutionary steps, significant learning, and significant realizations, completions of many cycles. The ascension itself can only occur when all cycles have been completed. The learning that is required to be had is complete. The realizations that can be completed within the human form are complete. The ascension of humanity is required for the human consciousness to hold a certain frequency. That frequency can only be reached through these completions and realizations. Therefore, the individual's process and continued intention to evolve, continued desire to realize, continued desire to increase in its frequency is the individual's ascension process, the individual's support for humanity's ascension itself. You as an individual make a difference, and you as a collective make a difference for humanity's ascension process. The details of how each of these realizations, each of these milestones, and the actual materialization of the ascension process itself are currently not relevant, yet will become available and accessible to you as your consciousness becomes capable of receiving this information without an appropriate fear response. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. One last question. Sonia asks, could you please explain the process of soul leaving the human body and what happens with the consciousness of this soul? Is there a way to assist this soul in the process of separation from the body? Thank you.
The completion of a lifetime has been a mystery to humanity since the beginning. The completion of a lifetime, just the way the initiation of a lifetime is fully established and follows a specific template. This mechanism of death, therefore, in its standard operation, is taken care of. In certain and rare circumstances, individuals' lifetime completions can occur under complex and challenging and traumatic circumstances. An individualized, an individual's soul may not be ready for the separation from the physical form. In moments like these, the soul itself will resist this natural mechanism of completion. The soul, the soul container, and the consciousness of this individualized being will remain in the non material plane of humanity while the separation from the physical body has occurred. This is considered an incomplete dying process. There are responsible parties to assist with these processes, and you, as a loved one, you, as an individual in service, can assist as well. If you find yourself in communication with the soul of an individual that is ready to pass, yet is resisting the passing process, assurance, consistent levels of compassion, consistent levels of understanding and listening, allowing this individualized soul come to an important realization that life always continues, despite the continuation of this particular physical form and this particular identity. Allowing this soul to continue forward, to follow the natural process that is prepared for them, allowing the soul to come to important realizations before fully releasing and surrendering to the process itself can and will be an aspect of your service in this process. For all loved ones that are letting go of their loved ones in a completion process, understand to truly allow them to continue their journey. It will only be for selfish reasons to hold on to them longer than is meant to be. Thank you for your question, and thank you for the time that you have allocated to receive these messages and to listen to our words. We understand the importance of this delivery to the human mind, to the human heart, and to the human individual evolving. as we sit here in this field of energy, in this field of connection, you can continue to ask your personal questions if you choose to, and see if you receive answers yourself. This field of potential and this field of access is available to you. All we have to do is come to the right state of mind, where the ego and the personal desires, the personal emotions are quiet for a moment. It helps to do this together, yet you are also fully capable of doing this, receiving the answers that you need to grow and to evolve, to feel supported and to feel loved, to feel cared for, and to embrace everything that you are. Thank you all for joining. We'll see probably many of you tomorrow in our Accelerated Ascension workshop with Brigitte and Jules from Stargate. Blessings.
Welcome back, everyone. As we're coming back, I have a few gentle closing remarks. If you'd like to continue this journey, there are a few ways to do it. We are excited about another very special collaboration with Jules and Brigitte of the Stargate Experience. This event promises to be among the most powerful and transformative programs we've ever created. The entire week from August 8th to the 14th, during the Lionsgate Celestial Phenomenon, live from Costa Rica, we'll be creating a series of transmissions as a part of a program we're calling Accelerated Ascension. The guides share that the unique time of this celestial phenomenon, combined with the network of energetic bridges that exist in Costa Rica created prior to the creation of humanity, will work together to amplify the energy of the transmissions. You will have the option to experience this event over live stream, or there are a few spots for live in-person attendance in Costa Rica. In preparation for August, we're offering a second free session tomorrow, Sunday, July 11th, 10 a.m. Pacific, and a third free session leading up to the workshop in August. The first session, broadcasted in June, is also available for replay. And these 3 pre-workshop sessions focus on the 4 fundamental bodies: the body, the heart and mind, and the spirit. So if you haven't signed up for these pre-workshop sessions or the Accelerated Ascension workshop, there's a link in Crowdcast at the bottom of the screen or in our social media chats. And we hope to see you tomorrow. We've designed a home for all of Ascension One Collective's online community in Mighty Networks, which you can join by using the link placed in the chats now. Those who are enrolled in courses are already part of this community, but I encourage you to get involved in our community-wide spaces. The Ascension One team will be officially kicking off our Sacred Earth program next week as we travel to Guatemala and Costa Rica to attune and align sacred sites through Mesoamerica and to connect with the wisdom keepers in this region. We'll be bringing our Mighty Networks community with us. So for those of you who have not yet joined our online community, we eagerly await your arrival and welcome you into this rich and dynamic community. The team will post an invitation link into the chat for you. And the special invitation to join us on this summer's expedition will be released in the coming days. So keep a lookout for your invitation to the Guatemala Digital Passport. We're really excited. We also have social media pages like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube that you can follow and share. If you're new and you're watching on YouTube, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. You can join our weekly Monday integration calls, which will continue throughout the summer. You can invite family, friends, and community to these bi-monthly sessions. We will be taking off the month of August, and we'll be back in September for the first and second Saturday live public transmissions. In the meantime, you can peruse our channeling archives for answers to previous questions under the Channelings tab on our website, or revisit previous channelings. This work is possible because of your support. As you would imagine, it takes a village to bring the channel to this space and then beam it out to all of you. If you find this of value, please consider supporting us to keep this work accessible. There are links to the chat in the chat with options for giving. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for contributing your presence and your time. We feel the collective support you have for one another and for us, and we're deeply grateful. Take it easy after the session. Give space for the energy to continue to work and the words to land. If you can, keep your mind quiet. If you can't, bring this presence and peace to whatever it is that you need to do. I feel the light emanating from all of you, and it fills my heart with joy. Take care.